You are listening to one of the most prolific podcasts. I'm Caleb.
It's your boy DT.
And I'm Ken.
We are the Mind Report. Here to push your mind and change your thoughts.
Yo, what's going on, family? It's your boy Caleb.
I'm Ken.
I'm DT.
Just, showing my gratitude today, just dropping another beautiful episode for our listeners. We just appreciate you guys, what you guys, do for us on a day-to-day basis. Definitely push us to do better and to be better. So I'm definitely showing my gratitude, DT. So what's going to be the topic for today?
We're going to be talking about growth, and specifically the growth of mindset. That means basically you just choosing to see your life as a journey. You taking a whole nother vision to life, or you just seeing it from a whole different perspective, which we all go through challenges. Different from anybody else. It's just, we just see different variations of the problem that we might be going through. But everything that you go through is basically there just to help you expand, to help you evolve. And a growth mindset is basically the direct opposition of a victim mindset, because a lot of us like to play the role of victim versus being so caught up in the growth of what's going on right now. Don't blame yourself about what's going on. You should figure out a way and see it from a different light to the point you can grow from the situation about what's going on, right. Which is basically when you choose to blame others is a victim mindset. And even you blame yourself for your circumstances. Like, having a growth mindset empowers you to take control of your life and ultimately create your destiny. You have to have a mindset, it's not happening to me, it's happening for me. If that is your belief or is that your conviction, then no matter what happens, you'll get through it. And I like when Steve Harvey said this: everybody have 100% success rate. There is nothing that you've been through that you didn't get through.
Right, exactly.
Everybody do. So it cannot just be words. You just have to trust it and you have to believe it. So I got a question.
What's that?
Is the challenges that you go through, is it for your gain or is it for your loss?
It's definitely for your gain. The meaning of having a growth mindset is you overcoming obstacles that you may face when learning something new, or even when you're developing a new skill. Anything, you got to have a growth mindset. Some people will run away from that situation, or some people will embrace it and try and grow. And that's the same thing with life when it hits us. We're either going to have to accept it and grow from it or just run away.
I think it works in your benefit. When you grow, it pushes you to another level in life that you haven't been to before. So anytime you elevate in life or get into a better place in life, it's always for your benefit.
Yeah.
And I think personally, challenges are for your benefit anyway, because if you're not challenged, how can you ever grow?
Right.
Like, stagnation is death.
Right.
If you want to grow, you have to go through something. I don't think y'all ever looked at the thing where if you plant a seed in concrete, is it going to grow?
Oh, no.
You want to know why?
What's that?
Because it haven't been through nothing. It's just going to be sitting on top of the concrete.
Right.
It's never going to ever go through anything. So the dirt that you throw on it, you need dirt in order to grow.
Right.
So you got to have a whole bunch of things that you go through in this life, and challenges are just one of them. But don't never let any kind of challenge bring you down, especially from where you supposed to go or where you see yourself going. Right. So challenges are here to bring you up and not tear you down.
Right. I have another question. What is the benefit of a growth mindset?
It's a lot of benefits to it. I say when something happens to you, it's basically for you. Like I just said, when a challenging situation appears, if you truly believe this is happening for me, so you switching what you're saying, and then once you switch what you're saying, then you get different results.
Right.
I kind of feel like now you respond more better, you have more clarity about what's going on, and you have a better perspective about what's going on versus you having a fixed mindset. When you have a fixed mindset, you gravitate towards negativity. Right. But when you have a growth mindset, you attract more positivity into your life. That's what I say about the growth mindset.
Yeah, it's definitely beneficial. It makes your mindset more open. You're more open to new information. You're more open to stepping out of your comfort zone. You're more open to just putting yourself in a better situation because you're mentally there.
Mm-hmm. The benefit of the growth mindset, like DT said, it's a lot that you get from it. I would say what I took from it was really letting myself know that it's okay to change certain things about me. Recognizing my flaws, addressing them, and coming up with a plan as to how can I change it. You know, sometimes we get stuck in our ways where we think that everything we do is right and anything that anybody else do is wrong. Sometimes it's the total opposite. It has made me be more open-minded when it comes to certain things, and then a lot of times realize realizing that sometimes you got to change in order to elevate in life. You can't just stay the same.
Yeah. I mean, I want to touch back on what you just said. Like, and that's real good. I think there comes to a point where everyone in life has to have somewhat of growth mindset. You have to grow in order to just not say be ahead, but to be aware.
Right.
And it definitely just having a growth mindset, it just makes you overcome so many challenges. It makes you build so much confidence. That's one characteristic that I believe that having a growth mindset is really beneficial with too.
I really want everybody to just listen to this. That's one thing. That's like one of my pet peeves when people play victim. Like, life is not out to just get you.
Right.
Everything that happens in life, it happens to everybody.
Right.
But it just happens in a different way. Now, how you respond to it is what you get from it.
Yeah.
When I say life is not out to get you, you are not cursed. Bad luck just don't come your way. Life works with whatever energy that you are attracting. If you think about problems, guess what you're going to attract?
Problems.
More problems.
Right.
If you are basically projecting the victim mentality, what do you think is going to happen from there? You're not projecting out any positive energy at all. And if you tend to see the good in everything, guess what you're going to get? You're going to get more good. Instead of letting the negative things take over you, you got to think about right now, what am I trying to attract into my life? The answer needs to be more good and more positivity, and most of all, more growth. You got to go through things.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't run from it.
Right.
I would say that has to be one of my biggest pet peeves too, is people playing victim. I just feel like that's a sign of weakness, not wanting to accept the shit that you caused onto yourself or other people. I feel like a lot of people do that because it's the easier road to take. A lot of people don't want to be accountable for shit. They don't want to be accountable for the state that they life in. You got to be a different kind of person to take accountability and to say, this was going on, this was wrong, how do I fix it?
I liked it, how you said accountability. So accountability to me equals credibility.
Right.
If you're accountable for something, that means you credible. You willing to admit that you're wrong. That's growth.
Right.
What's the most painful part about growth?
I would have to say the most painful part about growth is the part that you go through when you're unfamiliar with what's next. Uncertainty. Yeah. People run to what they find normal. People run to what they used to. So it's easy to revert back to old ways when a new situation come about.
Because they used to.
Yeah. Right. They ain't comfortable with what's new. They ain't comfortable with changing. I would say that got to be like one of the most difficult things about growth.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And I think, DT, you were telling us a story one time. It was 2 doors, and a guy was giving an option to choose.
That was your story.
It was my story. It was.
Yeah.
I think I know. I think I know what story you're talking about. It was your story. It was about a general and then a guy that was held captive.
Yeah,
and he had a choice to choose. It goes that the guy committed a crime and he was being held captive by the army. So he gave him 2 options. He said, you can face the firing squad in the morning, or you can choose what's behind that door. When he was given the option, he asked, what's behind the door? He was like, it's agony behind that door. It's hard behind that door. It's a whole bunch of hell behind the door. And so he was like, well, I just choose the firing squad. So as the morning arose, he went to the firing squad and they killed him. In the midst of them killing him, his assistant asked, what's behind the door? He was like, nobody ever choose the door because they're uncertain about what's behind there. But he said it's freedom. You know, the word is filled with everything that I just said it was filled with. Right. But nobody ever choose the door because they fear the uncertainty what's behind the door.
We run back to what we're comfortable with.
Yeah.
And the uncertainty is definitely the most hardest part when it comes to growth, because you don't know what's next. You don't know, are you going to be in a better place than you are now? Or are you going to be in a worse situation that you are in now? Right. So having that, what if, that's definitely the hardest part. And I can definitely agree with you, Ken, on that.
I think the most painful thing about growth is change. A lot of people have a fear of change. Right. Just because, like you said, it doesn't feel familiar. Right. When you turn into a new mindset, it don't seem right. If it don't seem right, then it means you're doing something right. You have to get yourself out of that mode of not changing, because if you don't, you'll find yourself in a vicious cycle of you staying the same. And like we were saying, Einstein said, you keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. That's called insanity. So you have to be able to snap out of your old mindset and jump into a new mindset. Don't stay stagnant where you are. You got to get to where you're going, but you have to change your mindset in between time.
Yeah. I think a growth mindset is fundamental to life, because who want 5 years to go by and they look back and be like, damn, I was the same individual 5 years ago.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's 5 years. You done wasted like over 1,000 days. You just the same individual.
Ooh, I like how you said that about the years. We all ran into older people that's grumpy.
Right.
And the whole reason, I was just listening to someone on the way over here. The whole reason why they grumpy is because they haven't reached their level of growth yet.
Right.
When a birthday come around, they grumpy about their birthday because that's a whole nother year I've been here with no growth.
Right.
Like I'm a whole nother age. Which you getting older, you don't get younger.
Right.
So I'm a whole nother age with no growth. That's why they dread the new year. It's a whole nother year. And last year I just wasted a whole nother year. That's one thing that you can't get back is time.
Right.
Time is our highest commodity. You need to be real careful about how you use time. And if you have a growth mindset, then you already knowing what you need to do. So you're not in a position to waste time.
Right.
You have to be able to get yourself out there in a different mindset and achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. Don't let nothing hold you back. Yeah, it might feel unfamiliar or it might feel funny, but do it anyway. Right. Just do it.
Right.
Like Nike.
Just do it. I swear you was looking at my shirt.
Yeah. When your energy is off, when it's certain traits that you have to you as an individual, like being grumpy and old, I stay away because it's like me personally, I like hang around people that I could either A, help, B, learn from, or C, ride the wave with. We on the same level doing the same thing.
That man is spitting.
But when it comes to you being twice my age and you like in a position worse than me mentally, emotionally, I can't learn nothing from you. I see that a lot of times in life. A lot of times old people, they be grumpy as fuck. They be insecure because they haven't reached their full potential. That's why a lot of times you see older cats hating on younger people. Always got something negative to say. Like DT said, that's just a symptom of not being where you want to be at in life.
Yeah. That's because they had that fixed mindset.
Right.
Yeah, I supposed to do this and I'm supposed to do this and this how life's supposed to go. No, life's supposed to go exactly how you want it to go.
Exactly.
Because you are the creator of your own life. It's what are you creating? You have to truly decide about whatever your meaning in life is, which is your purpose, and go on it.
Right.
If you don't fulfill your purpose, then you're going to live a regretful life.
Exactly.
I like how you said that, Ken.
Yeah. I really do too. Like, I mean, that's another hard part. All those years that you wasted, you don't get back. A lot of people set New Year's resolutions and break it the first 48 hours. And then next year, you're upset about a goal that you broke. And then you about to do it again.
Right.
Like DT said, time is everything. And and every day, like we gotta, that's why I practice gratitude too. I think growth has a lot to do with the gratitude because I'm thankful for the things that I went through and I'm thankful for my current situation now.
Right.
In order to receive more, you gotta be grateful for the current position that you're in now, having a growth mindset. And that's why it's so essential and important for our younger generation, the generation that I'm currently in. I'm young myself, but our generation we have to establish that growth mindset now because if you don't do it now, it's going to catch up to you. It's all about the possibilities of what you think you can handle. It's all up to you. You the director, you control how it goes. You have to control it. Right. It just depends on your emotions and your feelings and what you think you can or cannot do.
Yeah. I talk to my nephew about certain things. I talk to my niece about certain things because I done walked in Walmart before and I think I done told this story, but dude say he had just graduated 18 years old and I asked him like, what do you do outside of working here? And he was like, well, I be in the back unpacking the trucks or whatnot. So your mindset ain't even out like on your goals or whatever you got going on. Your mindset focused on Walmart. And so I'm like, well, bro, you just graduated. Like, what's your goals in life? I ain't never really thought about it. So it's like, bro, you 18 years old and you mean to tell me you don't have no guidance, no direction for where you want in life? Like that stuff that should be taught in school. I honestly also don't think people understand the true value of time. When you understand that there's something that you can't get back, you really have to understand the true value and the true definition of time. Like DT said, that is your most valuable commodity. And when you understand that that's your most valuable commodity, you will be extremely uptight with that shit. Like the way people is with money, that's how people be with time, or 10 times worse than that. Like you really got to understand what time is and like the value of that shit.
I got this quote by Henry Ford, and he said, anyone who stops learning is old, whether they in their 20s or their 80s or whatever the case might be. Anyone who keeps learning stays young. You have to be forever learning.
Yeah, definitely.
Life, life is the best teacher you will ever have in life, because it's going to have a lot of highs. It's going to have a lot of lows. You're going to go through a lot. You're going to accomplish a lot, but you have to be able to be that student to actually sit down and learn from it, versus you just getting all worked up about what's going on and just take notes on it and adjust. You have to be forever growing. The things that you go through is put there just for you to grow. If you're not growing, you're dead. Because whatever's not growing is dying eventually.
That's true.
Don't run away from whatever is in front of you. Just face it head on. And then you always have to be adapting to life. And I think that's one of the top qualities of anybody in life. You have to be able to adapt. So when I say adapt, no matter what's going on in your life, you just got to take it on the chin and make some adjustments and keep it going. Because it's going to hit you. Life going to hit you hard.
All the time.
But like Les Brown said, you're going to get hit, fall on your back. So if you look up, you can get up. And if you can look up, then you're in a damn good position.
Yes, damn sure.
Anything with that, it comes with failure. Out of all three of those things, guess what? You learn best from failure. You grow best from failure. You adapt because failure is on the horizon. Success is basically, I forgot who said that. I think it was Winston Churchill. Success is going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. When we fail, we grow. When life hits us, we grow. Because we learn. And then when something happens and we have to change our mindset on it, guess what? We grow. If you want to grow faster, fail faster. And more often. I'm not saying just go out there and just fail just to be failing.
Don't do that.
But learn something from your failure and embrace failure. I think a lot of people in this generation and past generations, they are so scared of failure. You might have this idea you want to start a business. Why you not starting it? Because I'm scared of what my peers saying about me. So I'm not going to try it out. Or you might have an idea that you haven't even got up off the ground. There's a lot of people who have made a whole bunch of stuff, especially in their imagination, but they just haven't got it out into the physical reality because of the fear of failure. Whatever you want going to come with some type of level of failure, but you just got to be able to go through it. Because if you can go through it, then you can get to it.
I would say like life is like a baby. Like when you a kid and you crawling, in order to go from crawling to walking, like you ain't just get up, stand up, and just walk. You had to. It's the same with life. Once you fall a certain amount of times and you keep getting up, keep retrying, eventually you're gonna learn how to walk.
You're gonna learn how to stand up.
Life. Right, exactly. That's just one of the things, like in life, you got to fail in order to be successful at some point in time at whatever it is you want to go through or whatever it is you want to obtain. That's just the reality of it. When you fail, like did you say, you learn, because if you knew what you was doing, you wouldn't have failed. Throughout that failure, it taught you something else. So later on down the road, you don't fail at the same thing. You done learned something new to like maneuver through certain things.
They teach us this all the time in school. We take a test in order to learn. Some people may not pass the test. Some people gonna fail the test. But at the end of the day, you did it because you needed to grow on the subject that you was learning. So I agree with you guys 100%. Definitely.
One of the most important things in this world have been accomplished by people who kept trying even when it seemed like they had no hope at all. Even when it seems like giving up is the best option. But it's one of the most incredible gifts that you could ever receive is on the other side of that stagnant mindset. The comfort zone is your dead zone. Because of some effect is you so comfortable where you are, you don't even want to get out and try something new. If you comfortable, like Ken said, if you were comfortable crawling, you really wouldn't even want to walk.
You just sitting there looking crazy.
So now you need to ask yourself, do I want to crawl through life or do I want to walk through life?
Growth isn't easy. Experiencing something that you're unfamiliar with isn't easy. It wasn't easy for me. I'm sure it wasn't easy for DT nor Caleb. Sometimes I catch myself reverting to my old ways, but there's nothing like undergoing a challenge and winning it, especially when the opponent is the old version of yourself. Y'all have heard me say it takes a strong person to walk away from a situation that the old you would have reacted to. And when you look back at it, you should feel good that you controlled yourself enough to do so. The growth of yourself should make you extremely proud.
with growth, it come a lot of challenge. You can be in the most challenging situation or the hardest times. You can always find some type of positive resolve or some type of positive results. But you have to have a growth mindset, and you will find that you will refuse to be negative.
Right.
I don't like people around me that's negative because you snatching away from my positive mindset.
Right.
So I'm real precautious about who I have around me.
Right.
But you will always come out of challenges on top if you had that type of mindset. The antidote to you having a fixed mindset is action along with gratitude. When you truly want to do something or you want to get out of a stuck spot, you have to be able to take some type of action. And I say gratitude because you always have to find things to be grateful for. If you can't find anything, you got to create something to give you a better feeling about something and attract better things into your life. When you have a growth mindset, the first thing on your mind is gratitude anyway.
Right.
Because it no matter what's going on, I appreciate this because I'm learning from it.
Right.
It can be the most hardest situation, but you have to go through hard things in order for life to be easy.
Right.
And even when life easy, it's still gonna be something harder that come your way anyway.
Right.
So you still have to learn and grow and adapt to life. You have to surround yourself around good, positive people. Nobody want to be around a raisin.
Right. Just dried
Just dried up. Yeah. Put me around some grapes.
Right.
And I guarantee you'll pay attention to your own growth.
Yeah.
And one of the things that do grow you is the people that's around you.
Yeah,
so you got to be precautious about the people that's around you because they could possibly help you get out of that difficult situation just by a conversation that you're having with them. Conversation is very priceless. You can't put a price on a good conversation because you could be taking something from somebody and growing with somebody.
The people you have around you, it definitely does influence your growth, and it does impact your mindset. Because if you have a negative person around you and they have nothing but problems, eventually their problems will eventually turn into your problems. So you got to be very cautious when it comes to just growth. Everybody that I have around me, I want to grow. Everything should be beneficial. Everything is, I'm all about elevation. I'm all about being in a better spot than I was last year, being in a better position than I was last year, having a better mindset, having more of a positive mindset than I was last year. So growth is something that is on a day-to-day basis. Like DT said, it all starts with gratitude. That's the first thing I do in the morning is gratitude because I'm so thankful for the current position I am in now. It's way better than the situation that I was in last year. And it's going to continue getting better because I expect better. And when you expect better, you damn sure get better. I keep everything around me. Everybody around me, I want to grow. If I can't grow with you, then there ain't no bond, and there's no bond. You know what I'm saying? There's no connection.
How they say, if I can't grow with you, I don't want to build with you.
Right.
I want to skate with you.
What?
None of that.
None of that. I mean, what's the point though? Like you said, time is very, very valuable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I can't grow with you, you're going to be wasting my time.
Exactly.
You're sucking up my time where I can be putting my energy to something else that's going to help me grow.
Have y'all ever noticed, I don't mean to cut you off, but have y'all ever noticed people who waste time love to be around people who waste time? Because of commonality.
Yeah.
Why would you want to be around somebody who not helping you grow in any way, shape, or form?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So now it's kind of like you killing your own self.
Being around the wrong people.
Around the wrong people.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think too, a lot of times like people come to you with certain shit in hopes of knocking you off or whatever they see for you. Because I'm going to tell you, the way you carry yourself speaks before you even open your mouth. People look at you and they'll be able to tell like, damn, this motherfucker got something good going on before you even introduce to them. When people see that, people like try to steal your light and people like come around you with certain shit. So like DT said, I'm real selective about who I have around me. If y'all ever meet DT or Caleb, they'll tell y'all like, at first I don't talk. Like
at all.
I gotta sit around and feel your energy out before I exchange it with you because like you could be one of them people.
Right. You got to read them first.
I want everybody that's listening to this right now and trust that everything, when I say everything, I mean everything happens in your life is sent for your own personal growth, whether it be people, whether it be situations, or whether it just be life in general. It's never happening to you, it's happening for you. Act like you know that. Look for the positive, live in an optimistic trust that everything is exactly as it should be. Your life will begin to change. Change is hard, but it is a necessity for you to grow in life. Right. And once you begin to change, life will start to unfold in a better way for you. So you need to know that, and you need to live that, and start getting out there embracing your growth. Go through it. Once you go through it, you get through it. Once you get through it, now you're in a better place than where you was yesterday. Hopefully we added some type of value to your mind so you can go out there and check your thoughts. Follow us on Instagram at The Mind Report. Also, stream us however you want at www.themindreportpodcast.com. I'm your host, DT.
I'm Caleb.
And I'm Ken.
And we are The Mind Report, and we are out.
If you enjoyed this podcast episode, make sure you share it with someone else.
And be on the lookout for new episodes. And make sure you subscribe now.
This is The Mind Report.
And we are out.